You're gonna be
Okay.
behind White Wolf.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So you wanna bring his mug over here, White Wolf? And
Alrighty.
I'll bring his mug.
Okay.
and here's
Over
your
there.
napkin.
Alright. Thank you, ladies.
Don't you want me don't you want me to turn around this way?
When we're talking, yeah, but
So you don't want me
yeah.
to keep like I
No,
am?
don't pay no attention to that
Oh,
after
okay.
a while. Okay. All right. First of
Okay.
all, I'm Gary.
And I am Doris White Wolf.
And I'm Carol Cookie Brown Feather Overos.
All right.
I have a few names. Carol Cookie Brown Feather. Whatever you wanna call me,
Okay.
I'll answer to
Well,
all
we're in
three.
Clarksdale, and
No, we're in Cottonwood. This is
still
Cottonwood.
Cottonwood.
This is
Yes,
Cottonwood.
it is.
Okay. All right. So we're in Cottonwood, and we're having tea, and
We are.
I'd like to know what's on White Wolf's mind
What's on my mind,
right now. What's on your mind?
besides how to get this bandage changed on my neck by myself with the mirrors? That was interesting
What?
fun this morning.
Whatever's on your mind. This is good tea. Thank you.
Yeah, this-
Well, I think I probably have what they call the monkey mind. There's a lot of things on my mind at the moment. I'm trying to sort out which is the most important.
Well, it doesn't have to be the most. Just go with it.
Well, I'm thinking of 2 upcoming events that I'm preparing for, and I'm trying to figure out how to get that together. I've done this kind of thing before. One of them is the Greyhound Picnic, which will be on October the 12th.
Okay.
And I belong to the Greyhounds of the Verde Valley. I had a wonderful dog for years, a Greyhound, and they adopted the dogs out, so don't have her anymore. But I will be there. They asked me to do a presentation about wolves.
Okay.
So I will have information for people who want to know more about that. Then there's October the 26th coming up,
Mhm.
which is another event that you want to remind me of what that is. I can't.
Is that the yoga one? The world of yoga?
No, that's 13th of October.
Okay.
You're gonna be doing a walk and talk over at Montezuma Well
Yes, that's on
on
my mind.
Saturday morning at 9:30. So I'm telling you.
Right.
Well, I've got
Sorry.
both of these things I need to do a little research on. I used to work there as a seasonal back in the early 1990s,
Okay.
and I'm going to volunteer to take out people
From the
Cool
center.
on a tour and give them like a ranger talk.
Is it going to be like a walking tour?
Most of it will be walking. Some of us may be just maybe want to go to a certain point or so and hang out. That's what I have to sort out in my mind is what to do with different people who have different
Right.
things to do.
Right.
I mean, with disability to hike, to
Well,
walk.
and ages and all this kind of makes a difference too, because some of it is going to be climbing, a little hiking will be involved. I don't know if you've ever been out there yet to Montezuma Well.
I have
It's
not
in
been
Rimrock.
there.
It's
I have not been there.
Well, there is no admission, but it's connected to Montezuma Castle, which is over in Camp Verde. But the well is a very spiritual place,
Okay.
and many ancient tribal members going way, way back, hundreds of years ago, in the 1200s, gathered there for special spiritual ceremonies because it is a very powerful place.
Okay.
And today, the Hopis still come there, some of the other tribes do as well, to do ceremonial work. So it's still active, but it's quite a unique place because the well is not a well. It is a pool that was formed during volcanic times, and the water
Okay.
is about 90 degrees all the time. It's fed by springs
Below from
coming down
okay.
from the volcanic field where
Right.
San Francisco Peaks is.
Okay.
So it stays warm, and in the winter you'll see a mist crossing it, which is quite unusual looking. Anyway, there are places and things out there that are still there intact from when the people of the in the 1200s, about 1214, left them. And then one is an irrigation ditch is still there, and it's still being used to help water the picnic area
Okay.
with the grass. So anyway, there are a lot of things to talk about there.
Yeah, that's a lot of history there. Yeah.
So that's pretty much what's on my mind, those two events coming up.
Okay. And what about you, Brown Feather?
Okay,
Okay.
brown feather works.
What was it? Brown what?
Brown feather.
Brown Feather.
Yeah, this is a spirit name that was given to me. Actually, many, many years ago when I was raising my children.
Okay.
But it was actually sealed when I went on my vision quest in Mount Shasta with some
Okay.
Native Americans. So I honored that name as well.
Cool. So, what's up with you?
Well,
Miss Brown Feather.
like White Wolf, I'm preparing for a yoga session because I'm a yoga teacher. If anybody knew that. And I'm also an artist. And this Friday night is an event where the community in Cottonwood comes together to celebrate the water. The water is celebrate the river within us. And so I'm exhibiting some of my artwork as well at the Center of Universal Light in the building called the Center, Old Town Center for the Arts.
Mhm.
So on the walls in the center are a lot of paintings that other artists as well as myself have contributed that have a theme about water.
Okay.
And so I'm a pen and ink artist, and so I did a lot of pen and ink sketches, and
Okay.
I've chosen 2 of those to be exhibited. And then the other piece is the canals in Venice where I have been, and so
Okay.
I did a watercolor of that. So basically, Friday night they are honoring
This coming
this Friday night.
Okay.
I don't know
What
is it
time?
September the.
I'll be there.
Whatever.
I'm just asking for me.
It's a concert. It's a concert, and
Okay.
it's called Celebrate the River. And William Eaton, who owns the building, has invited all the artists to come and stand up, take a bow, or whatever, say whatever they want about their art piece. And we've done that before. Cool. I don't think you remember hearing me talk about my spirituality piece that I sold. It was really wonderful.
Okay.
So anyway, so just getting prepared for that for Friday night. And then I am a yoga teacher as well as an art teacher. So when I get back from Mexico, which I'm leaving on Monday,
Okay.
I will be preparing a 5-week yoga series in my studio. I have a yoga studio in my home,
Okay.
and those 5 weeks are going to be dedicated to teaching my students a little bit more about the philosophy of yoga and the subtleties of yoga and how to incorporate it in their lives. And that's what I do. I'm a yoga master. I've been teaching yoga for about 14 years.
Okay.
And I have had my own personal yoga practice for 38 years.
Okay.
So this is what I love to do.
Okay.
And I do my own practice every day, and so it's like part of who I am. It's a lifestyle.
Right. That's why what I am with Taoism.
I know.
Because I've been
you
with the
live it.
Tao
You live
for
it.
50 years.
Woohoo!
So
I know.
it's no longer a thing. It's me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, it's my life.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, I don't even think of it. I act it out. I live it out. I do it. You know.
Yeah,
And
it's your lifestyle.
Yeah, it's transparent right now.
Right.
And that's why it's kind of hard to explain to people. They want to know a real mystic. You know, Confucius say stuff. No, it doesn't work that way. It comes from inside you, in your heart, and you project it. You project your life. You project your healing. You know, your connection with one another, because we're more than spirits.
Yes.
It's greater than just a thought of we connect some sort of mystical way. It's there's the physical us,
Mhm.
and then there's the tangible. I feel you. You know, I hear you. I see you. I touch you. You know, there's is greater than all of that, and that's hard to.
Well, that's what yoga is about. It's about yoking together your mind, your body, and your spirit.
Mhm.
That's what yoga means.
Okay.
It's yoking together
It's being one.
as being one, but it's an inside job. Basically, it's all about self-improvement,
Yeah, same
And-
with Taoism,
Yeah.
self-improvement.
and that's what I'm working on every day. It's a discipline. You do your yoga, you do your meditation, you give thanks, you do your prayer work,
Mhm.
and you live it.
Right.
You live it. You
Right.
watch what you eat. You watch what you think. You watch
Absolutely.
what you expose yourself to. There's a lot of negativity out in the matrix, and it's really hard to discern sometimes. Your ego takes you there.
Yeah.
And if you watch that ego, always building yourself up, why? To hear yourself talk? Anyway, this is why I feel like this is my niche in life.
Yeah.
I'm exempling what I live
Mhm.
for others. And I don't preach to people unless they ask me, teach me yoga.
Right.
And
Right.
so I'm the example.
Teach by example.
Yeah.
That's Wu Wei.
Yeah, Wu Wei.
Wu Wei.
Yeah,
You know,
Taoist.
do not do.
Yeah. So this is me.
And I think we're all have basically the same concepts in mind. We just have different words.
Right.
Some people call Jesus God.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just- we're all saying the same things.
Yeah.
But we, like you say yoga and I say Taoism.
hmm
But it's all good.
Thank you.
So I think I want to try one of your prunes, if you don't
Prunes?
mind.
Is that what you
Actually,
have?
they
Prunes?
are actually
Fig?
Figs. I'm
pigs,
sorry.
and they do.
Oh,
take-
they're dry.
They're dry, and
Oh.
they are organic, and they will take a little chewing,
Oh my gosh, oh,
but they are good.
these are delicious.
They are.
Thank you.
And, you might want one of
Almost
these.
like a fig.
It is a fig.
It is a fig.
It is a fig,
Yeah, it's
Carrie.
figs.
You're eating a dried
Yeah, they're
fig.
dried ones, and you might want to have a little.
I
I
have
never
some fig
said I was
trees.
too bright.
I have some fig trees that I wish would bloom, but they don't.
No, they
Excuse
don't.
me.
But anyway, you might.
I got
use
the
these
seed.
possibly.
I mean the stem. The stem was still attached.
So,
Chew that up. Everything's good. Remember.
It's hard. It's too hard.
Okay.
Remember, plant is thy medicine. Plants are thy medicine.
That's why I said chew that up too.
I'm a
It's good
vegetarian.
stuff.
I know all about plants and herbs and spices.
I started that with
Thank you,
my
Michael.
shamanism.
What?
Trying to learn the plants and the medicines.
Good.
But today is so different. All I have to do is say to my phone, hey Google,
What?
what is this? And it'll tell me what the plant is, what nutrients are in it, what I can
Mhm.
expect from a side reaction if I'm taking something else.
Mhm.
Everything's right there.
Mhm.
And it
I know, it's a
kinda-
wealth of information. It's your encyclopedia in your cell phone. You go,
It's,
what?
everything was there.
Oh,
The total knowledge of people from the very beginning is
It's on
all
the internet.
there. And
no.
like you said, you have to be wary of some of the false knowledge,
Oh, yeah.
but all the good stuff is there.
Mhm.
And that changes how I approached my shamanism.
Mhm.
You know, so I have all of this training and beliefs, but it's nullified by the ease in which I can grab stuff now.
Oh, yeah.
So it changes my concept of my shamanism. What does that mean now? And it means the same thing as it always did to me. Healing through living natural,
Mhm.
eating natural, as natural as you could be
Mhm.
nowadays, because things are different.
Oh, yeah.
You
Watch
know.
out for those GMOs and the
I know they'll kill you.
yeah, and the things that are what do they call it? The toxic sprays. Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll let it go. That's my telephone. Sorry.
That's a nice tune.
I should have turned it off. You should have told me. to turn it off. I forgot. It'll be doing that for a few minutes. Sorry.
I had
You
to
could
learn
bleep
to
it
do
out.
mine.
You could bleep that out.
Nah, I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Everybody knows. The
Yes.
phone calls, you know.
Sorry.
This is good. I like
They
this.
are.
It's full of fiber. It's very good
Yeah, I
for
had a
you.
couple of them earlier myself. They are good for us.
Well, getting back to being a vegetarian, there are so many benefits. I mean, we were talking about the pesticides and the sprays and the GMOs and all the things that are not organic that can cause havoc in our body. Our body doesn't know how to handle it.
Right,
And so going back to natural makes so much more sense.
right.
Yeah.
And the body's reaction typically is when the cells lose their identification, they revert back to the primal cell, which is a skin cell.
Mm.
And before you know it, you got lumps in your body, and then
Yeah.
sometimes they say they're cancerous, and sometimes they
Yeah.
say they're benign, you know.
Mhm,
But that's all it is the cell got confused.
mhm.
And so, okay, I must be skin. Okay, and so
And that's
it
true.
grows.
That's true, because every cell knows exactly what to do, but you gotta
You
get
got
out of the way. You can't say, oh, I need this comfort food, I need this ice cream, I need this cake, I
Right,
can't live without my sugar, can't live without my chocolate. You know, things like that, that your cells say, I don't know about that. That's
I'm-
not feeding me, that's feeding you, your ego, or
Right.
your,
right.
yeah,
I've lived without
Belief
sugar
system.
a long time.
me too. That's
And
good.
salt.
Yeah, and
As soon as
salt.
I got high blood pressure,
Mhm,
and that's a big deal for us African Americans.
I know,
A lot of us died from that.
yeah, so you
And
really
sugar,
have to watch
the
the
sugar diabetes.
Yes, so they call it diabesity.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diabesity. If you put too much sugar in the body and your body can't handle it, you become obese, and then
Yeah, 'cause it becomes toxic
and
to
then you
you.
get diabetes. And yeah, you're walking around like a toxic.
And what it does is it sets the alarm clock, and then you die. Okay, and it
Yeah,
counts down, and then you die
yeah.
because you don't change.
Well, when I realized in high school that meat carries the anger and the angst of when it was shot or killed or maimed or strangled to create food for me, that's in the flesh of that meat that I was eating. So since high school, I have been a vegetarian, and I'm 73 years old. So I have not eaten meat forever,
Right.
and so it seems like forever. And I feel better, and I'm calmer because there's no angst in my body from eating the angst from the animal that was killed for my
Your benefit, right?
protein, my benefit.
Now, what you're calling angst, we had developed rituals as humans.
Mhm.
And one of the things we do when we field gut animals, we string them up to let those hormones drip out so that you don't have what you're calling angst.
Mhm.
Because the hormones, are, you know,
They're very
all
important.
of a sudden, that animal just went into trauma.
We need
Got
those
shot.
endorphins. Yeah,
Okay.
we need the happy hormones.
And all of that goes into the body.
Yeah.
And you drain it. And now our practices with the FDA is they hang meat for X amount of days before they even, process it through the system. So,
Well, this is just my belief system.
but that works.
Well, I went to a dermatologist that spoke to me about it,
Okay.
and he was a vegetarian, and so he's the one that presented this picture in my mind about these poor animals. And besides, I'm a yogi. I don't believe in eating the flesh.
Right. But don't we equally traumatize the plant when we kill it to eat it? It's alive. I don't care what people say. It has
Of course, it's alive.
It
That's why
has-
you eat it.
it has
The raw, the better.
it has a sense of itself. If you put it in a place and it can't get sun, it'll turn to the sun.
That's right.
It'll grow roots to get the water. It has a sense of it wants to stay alive. So there's an intellect there, some
That's right.
kind,
And it comes right into us if it's live food.
and that's what the meat eaters say too. That's what us meat eaters say.
No, you usually cook it before you eat it. You don't eat it raw, unless you like.
I love fish.
Okay.
I could eat seafood raw.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're the oyster guy, right?
Yep.
Oysters, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's okay. It's all good.
yeah,
It's all good.
and but I'm kind of sticking away from beefs and porks. I've kind of migrated to chicken and fish, and turkey.
Well, you know, the corn industry is all GMO now, and that's what the animals are eating, the
I
beef
know.
and the
I know.
pigs. And so if they're eating GMO corn in their bodies, that's what you're eating when you eat their body.
Absolutely.
So
I get it.
that's just me. That's
No,
just
that's
me.
not just you. Everybody that's got any
That-
brains
That's
knows
awake and
that.
aware, and
Right.
there aren't too many people out there that are that savvy yet. So that's unfortunate. Oh, there's your phone now.
I didn't realize.
Let's let it answer me.
So it's gonna ring about 6 times.
Ooh, mine only rings 3.
So, you want me
Okay.
to answer it or leave it?
No, this is your interview.
Whatever you want to do. I've got no constraints on you.
Well, I really can't top what you're saying.
Excuse me?
I can't top what you're saying
You
on
wanna-
our
you wanna
health and
top it?
everything because I'm just partially vegetarian, but you have made me more aware of how important it is to eat the proper things.
Right.
And
Oh.
they want to be in on our interview.
There will be a auto deduction $299 from your bank